was trying to do a live earlier on StreamYard. I was talking about hip-hop, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well. They just wasn't working with us this morning. The audio was trash, so I don't know if I sound all right over here, but the audio was trash, so I couldn't get this cookout the way that I want to. But I will be coming back at 9 o'clock a.m. to continue the cook on Stone Grove, The Rise and Fall, a legendary MC, Beanie Siegel, which I was trying to get out this morning. But unfortunately, sometimes it's just like that, you know, so it was a lot of technical difficulty going on. So wasn't able to give you guys the cook the way that I wanted to. So we at Sports Talk Network, we apologize for any technical difficulty that took place this morning about a couple minutes ago. We was talking about the rise and fall of Beanie Siegel. So we are going to come back at 9 a.m. so we can give you guys the full story, the story on Beanie Siegel, the rise and fall. So sometimes it's just pretty bad when the audios that, you know, you have technicality problems. So I will be back at 9 a.m. But if I sound all right here, I will give y'all a cook because I know everybody's not going to come over here because we was talking about the rise and fall of Beanie Siegel, like what really happened to him, what happened to his career, why still not continuing. That's what we was talking about on my StreamYard channel. But like I said, unfortunately, they just, you know, they was just blah, blah, blah. But anyway, since I got y'all here, right now, let's talk about this. So how do y'all feel about the state of hip hop right now? Or should I ask y'all this? How do y'all feel about the music industry? How do y'all really feel about it? Do y'all think that it's still a lot of money out there to be made? What's going on with the artists? Why a lot of our artists is not making music right now? What's going on, Mike? Why a lot of artists is not making music? I don't know if anybody been paying attention, but it for me, it looked like it's been put on hold. You see what I'm saying? It looked like the music industry has been put on hold right now. And I really think that it's not too much for these artists to do. I don't get it. They not touring. You don't hear no music. So my question is, where are the artists going to? What's next for these hip hop artists? If the music industry, and it seemed like it's halfway there. So if the music industry shuts all the way down, and I mean that shut all the way down. I'm not saying, you know, just cut off all music. But if the music industry, far as hip hop, if the music industry shut out hip hop, what's going to happen to the hip hop artists? What's going to happen to the artists? What's up, Dan? What's going to happen to the artists? A lot of them are already unemployed. That's why you see them on the internet. How you doing, my man? Why you think so many of these celebrities are doing podcasts and they on the internet, they on IG, they on YouTube, they on Twitch. They on these platforms with everyday people who's creating a little hustle for themselves, a side hustle for themselves, because the industry ain't got no work for them. So that's why you see them all on the internet, because the industry does not have any work for these young rappers. They don't. That's why you don't hear no new music being pushed out. So you know the shows. Where are they now? What are all these artists are going to do once their careers won't pick back up? Because right now the music industry is not hot. The music industry ain't hot right now. It's cold. The music industry is cold right now. It's like frozen fish. Ain't nothing really going on, and ain't none of our favorite artists putting out any music. If anything, we see them on making cameos and pop up on TV shows, or like I said at the beginning of this video, they sitting here doing what I do and do what y'all do. Just remember, think about it. Let's go back a few years to the pandemic, all right? Let's go back to the pandemic. Now, when the pandemic first came out, came around, everything, we was all locked down. Remember, everybody was locked down? So remember, we was locked down. They basically put us in a bubble, right? And remember, nobody couldn't do anything. Nobody. You had a lot of people that was out of work. Unfortunately, I was at work. I was at work and I didn't get none of that money that the people got. But remember, so people were spending more time at home, right? Everybody was at home because the kids can't go to school. Probably the man and woman, they both might be off from work or whatever the case. So now people were spending time at home. So the internet, everyday working people started making a hustle and making a living off the internet because of the pandemic. And we found out that there was a lot of talented people out here. We even found out that some of our friends that we used to see every day before the shutdown, if we didn't know, we wound up finding out that they was talented. You didn't know that, the friend 3 doors down from you knew how to sing. You didn't know that if they was a teller who could make clothes, you didn't know these things. So, being in the pandemic, it was a way for everyday people to start making money, right? And was doing it very well. And then think about it. Then after that, you start seeing these celebrities on the internet. And ask yourself, why are the celebrities coming down, coming down to the ground, coming down the ground surface and doing what we doing? We need to be doing this because at the time we, a lot of wasn't working. We wasn't going to our 9-to-5s, but we still had to eat and things like that. So you bored, you home all day, you're gonna get tired of watching the TV show. So then what you do? You turn on your TV, your tablet or whatever like that, and you get to venting. And we started venting, then people started doing dumb stuff. So everyday people, like I said, started making money off of creating content on these social media apps. Yes, everyday people. Some people didn't even go back to their regular jobs because they wound up making money right here on the internet. And someone wound up bringing home more money a month, just on the internet than they was bringing home a month when they was going to their 9-to-5 before the shutdown. This is true facts. I know that wherever y'all from, I'm pretty sure y'all know somebody in your neighborhood that came up and ain't go back to work. So this was a way for us everyday people who wasn't a celebrity or anything like that to be able to still strive and have some sort of survival money in our pocket, right? And like I said, a lot of us did good. So they started seeing how we was coming up and shout out to all the content creators that actually really use these platforms to turn their life around because some of them actually got rich. And this is just regular, everyday people. Not people that's already rich. Not people that already has a reputation and notoriety. It was everyday people like myself and everyone in here that was getting on here on the internet and entertaining themselves and entertaining their fans and entertaining everybody else because we couldn't do anything. We was in the daggone bubble. So we couldn't do anything. So we was still making money. But guess what? The music industry wasn't making money because guess what? Everything was put on hold. Everything was put on hold. So, now they can't do nothing. They can't go to no shows. They can't really go to no parties. The Diddy parties wasn't jumping off like that during pandemic. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out like that. So what they started saying, they started noticing, okay, well, damn. Every time I turn on the internet, wow, I don't even know who this person is and never heard of him, but this person got 1,000 viewers. This person got hundreds of people, checking out their live, and they just everyday people. And they just, I need to get in on that. So then the celebrities, being out of work, needed to start making some money. So what they did when they seen everyday people making a living, they start doing a research. And then they start coming on to the internet. You see what I'm saying? They started coming on to the internet. And then what happened was, once they got in on the platforms, all the fans changed. They turned their backs on the everyday people that was entertainingly behind us for the whole time. This is fact. So now they coming into our hustle because they were shut down. And some of their careers was already over at the time, any damn way. So let's just be honest. Some of their careers was already over any damn way at the time. But we talking about the big names and stuff like that. And what they would do, they look at these apps and see what the everyday people was on. Oh, vultures. I'm gonna call them vultures. The celebrities was everyday hustler vultures. They came and took the hustle from the people. Shame on you, celebrities. Don't y'all look down at us? But they better than them, but you had to come and join the clan to get that money in your hand. So let me move on, right? So, you start hearing bit by bit that, oh, this celebrity is on this app. And then people was making money on these apps. Come on, let's keep it real. They had the dudes, hey, you couldn't go outside and trick. The dudes is tricking online. Because the girl there just get up there, sit there. You know, the girls didn't have to do too much. That's all a female got to do is look sexy. She can do whatever she want to do, just look sexy. She can be doing something dumb, but as long as she look good, what we going to do? We're going to watch. Ooh, look at her. Yeah, that's how it all started. So they seen that everyday people was making this money. So then they get on the app and see how I do this. And you know how the people send you the gifts and stuff like that. Y'all know what it is. They send you the gifts, the hearts, the flowers, whatever these gifts is on these apps. But it makes them money. So now the celebrities looking back like, damn, they making money like that? And the very first one that hit the goddamn internet out all these celebrities was Ray J, because he was the first one, because he came over to the Beagle app, Beagle Live app. So they started jumping on the internet, and that's how they got in the mix with us. And now, we can't get rid of them because look, since the pandemic, and it's been some years, right? It's been some years now. They haven't been back to work. You can't even go to a record store and buy anybody music. You gotta get them on an app, right? So now, years go by, you know, we get out the bubble. We get out the bubble, right? And then once we get out the bubble, you know, boom, boom, boom. Now things starting to happen in Hollywood. Things starting to happen in Hollywood. So now these same celebrities who came and had to get in on our hustle, some of them was successful, some of them weren't, you know, but it was just supposed to be like a short stay, you know, let me just do this thing and stuff like that until the industry get to booming again. The music industry never got back to booming like that. It ain't no money in it like y'all think it is, okay? It's not. You know, for the people that do have money, that's still in the industry, even they got long money, or they was doing the right thing, they did something smart with their money, because really ain't no money in it right now. There's really not no money in it. You can't, how you add up how these people are accumulating sales when you can't go to a store and pick up and actually buy it. You see what I'm saying? Everything is an app. So you download it. You got it on the app. So how do that play out, how people get paid? That's a whole nother story. But now, like I said, now here we are. And and it's so convenient. So follow me now, y'all. So then now we turn around and what happened? We get to 50 years. Then hip hop turns 50 years old. Hip hop turns 50 years old. And remember, right before the 50th anniversary of hip hop, people was already saying hip hop is dead, hip hop is dead, rap is dead, rap is dead, it's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Hell yeah, the witch is dead. Some people was so happy, they was celebrating, they was having parties. Oh, we ain't gotta hear that music no more, this, that, and the other. Right around the time, you know, the hip hop turned 50. And guess what? Since hip hop turned 50, what's been happening since hip hop turned 50? A whole lot of crazy stuff been going on. Look at it. Since hip hop turned 50, what's been happening? Not nothing good. Not nothing good at all. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing good at all, people. Nothing good at all. Smash the like button. Not anything good at all. Now, look at it. They definitely not making no money now because the most powerful people in the music industry, they at shambles or they not around. Things happen. R. Kelly went to jail. Well, prison. He went to prison. And really for what? Then we thought, boom, that's the, you know, now you got your boy Sean Combs. And definitely ain't nothing been going on. Things was already slowed down, don't get me wrong, but definitely ain't nothing happening right now. Nothing is happening right now. And now, some of these celebrities, they was riding a wave, but some of them can't even be successful on the internet anymore. Y'all get what I'm saying? But the people who been making this money when this hustle first started, I'm glad they still around. But see, for the celebrities, that's why you see them all over the place. Because they not giving us anything to cover. What are they doing? They not giving us anything to cover. You know, if it's anything that we found up on the celebrities, they have to be a part of a situation that's going on. But right now, ain't nobody checking for no damn celebrities. Nobody. So we already know the industry. We already know hip-hop is really dead. We already know that the music industry just about over. Maybe for you dark entertainers. I'm going to say that. I don't like calling nobody black because we're not black, okay? I don't like to get into that. That's something that they call us. Why we don't know what our ancestors used to call each other. All this, not get into that. I want to stay on this industry thing. Oh my God, look at the kids. Oh, they must be going on a little trip or something, school kids. But anyway, like I was saying, so now, here it is. Now we got this big case going on. And one of music's biggest moguls is behind bars. So definitely not anything going on right now. Nothing was going on before that. Just a couple years ago, you had some type of music that was hot. That stuff is not hot anymore. And nobody wants to keep hearing the same old thing. See, keep talking about sex and getting high is not selling no more. Just some months ago, you had a whole lot of people come out and do a rant about these female rappers. Because they got tired of the female rappers always talking about hoeing. They don't talk about nothing, they don't talk about anything that makes any damn sense. Because that's all they was talking about. You hear the females that come out, that's all they talking about is getting, getting gunned down and looking cute. That's it. And then the dudes, what they talking about? Nothing, the same old ish. I got money, I get high, bang, bang, bang. That nonsense. That's not entertaining no more. Because you know what? The people is not buying it anymore. Now we know who control the music and say what music should pass and what music should not pass. But if you pay attention, that ish ain't flying no more. Nobody is going for it now. So this is another reason why, the music industry is just not a good spot for anybody right now. You see what I'm saying? The only way the best advice I can give anybody is go independent. Go independent. If you can, go independent, but know the business before you go independent. You see what I'm saying? And, because there's really no money in it. When the last time we heard, I gotta go cop this album. Now, don't get me wrong, there has been some success with people music on these streaming apps. But like I said, how do they generate the money? And then we heard some of these people come out and say, man, we don't really get no money from that. People downloading your music, or quote unquote, paying for your music from a streaming app, and these artists don't even get a cut of that? That's the reason why Tory Lanez went to prison. Yeah, it wasn't because he allegedly shot that girl, because he didn't shoot her. He didn't shoot her. They didn't find no gun, no residue, no nothing. That's why he went to jail, went to prison, because he figured out something. He said, y'all know what? I know how we can get paid. And we ain't gotta use these middlemen. Meaning that he was giving the new school cats some game that he wasn't supposed to give them. That's why he's behind in prison. That is worse could have happened to him. More worse could have happened to the man, because normally when you come out and you expose a secret, they normally get you out of here some sort of way. We all know that. Ain't none of us strangers to that. But we in weird times. You know, so none of that is working now. But that's the reason why Tory Lanez, because he was giving game on how you can actually come up off those streaming apps with your music. Because the ones that really making the money is the people who own it. Because like I said, how we sit down and track how they make their money. You know, so are they still doing it wise like they was doing it before? You know, you sign a record deal and, you know, they might, you know, give you a certain percentage of your work. You heard what I said? You sitting down at the table with the people and y'all negotiate on how much you're going to get from off of your work. It's not even supposed to be that way. See, when you don't have your own money and you don't understand contract law, contract language, you're gonna get got. And this is where we at. And like I said, man, like those dudes, these entertainers don't have money like that. Half of y'all right here probably better off than half of these goddamn rappers. And I don't even know what none of y'all do for a profession. I don't know what y'all do for a living. I got an idea of what y'all know a couple of y'all I do know. But some of y'all, I don't know. I don't. But most likely, what I'm saying, most likely you're probably more comfortable than these so-called artists, because like I said, you know, if business is slow, how you gonna make money? How you gonna make money if business is slow? Their industry is done. And everybody's waiting to find out what's gonna be the final outcome after this case. Now here's the thing. Now I've been following this Diddy stuff. I've been following it because you know that's my groove right there. So I haven't really cooked on it the way that I want to, but I can really cook on it. You know, because I've been finding out some things on my own or whatever. But I will say this. Right? Now, here's the thing with this case. Guess what? Now, it starts next month. Supposed to start next month. But that trial can go on for, over a year? That trial can go on for like 1 year or 2 years. They can go on that long. And people still gonna be waiting, we keep going to court. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna disappear? Who's Diddy gonna get? You know, so there's a whole lot. I'm telling y'all, man, listen. We in a new world order, people, so it's gonna be some new stuff going on. That's all I'm saying. Please don't try to send me to the nut house. Please don't have the people try to come and pick me up because y'all think I'm losing my goddamn mind. It's the truth. It's the truth. So now, when you think about it, most of them are unemployed. They unemployed. We're working people. They unemployed. Did you ever think about that? Oh, wow. You sit down and you a regular 9 to 5 making the money that you make, and then you can look at the TV and say, oh, I got a job. Guess what? The celebrities ain't got no job. The celebrities ain't got no job. But listen, y'all, I'm gonna get up on out of here because I got something to do, and I'll be